Hello, welcome. This is the Renegade, and today we're going to be reviewing the movie Last Man Standing, starring Bruce Willis and Christopher Walken, as well as Bruce Dern. It's a 1996 movie directed by Walter Hill. He also is the one that wrote the screenplay. This movie takes place in around the 1920s during Prohibition in a dusty town called Jericho. Something to note about this movie is it's a remake, pretty much, an updated remake of Clint Eastwood's, or Sergio Leone's, Fistful of Dollars, starring Clint Eastwood, which was also a remake of a Japanese movie named Yojimbo. In the film, it's an action movie. In the film, Bruce Willis is pretty much a gun for hire. He rolls into the town where these two gangs are pretty much fighting for the turf for the town of Jericho. They're pretty much fighting over liquor and everything in Jericho. The two gangs are the Strazis, which are the Italians, and the Doles, which are the Irish. And I like this movie a lot. It does some things right. It does some things that aren't so good. Mostly, it has a lot of voiceovers by Bruce Willis. He talks a lot during the film. He has a lot of one-liners in the movie itself. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the whole 1920s period in general. I really like reading and watching movies about gangsters, and so this is right up my alley. I really like the music in this movie. I wish I knew who the composer was, but I couldn't find him. I guess I could have gone to IBM DE, but I didn't. Go figure. Anyway, so what's this movie about? It's basically, if you've ever seen, like I said, if you've ever seen A Fistful of Dollars, it's basically that story. Bruce Willis plays a gun for hire. He rolls into town. And he starts. No sooner does he roll into town, he kills about 6 guys, I think, including one of is it Doles? I think it's Doles. He kills one of Dole's. No, sorry, Strazzi's. He kills one of Strazzi's elite guns. I don't even remember the guy's name, but he shoots one of him, and he's hired by. He gets immediately hired by Dole. I think it's Dole that hires him first, and he takes the money. He pays him up front some cash, and then he leaves and he goes over to Strazzi, and then goes does a couple of jobs for him, takes his money, and then goes back to Dole. And so he's pretty much fucking these two. He's just making the most money he can out of the deal, and that's all he cares about at the moment. I say that, but it's not actually true, because if he has one greatest flaw in this movie, it's the character Bruce Willis plays, which is actually named John Smith. Yeah, John Smith. And his problem is he has this huge weakness for women. He wants to help them, which is not exactly any kind of problem in general, but I mean, you know, if you're a gun for hire, that's a pretty strong weakness, and it's definitely his. The movie has a lot of great action scenes in it. It's, I mean, one of my favorite parts in it is probably actually around the ending when he faces off against Hickey, who's played by Christopher Walken, and he's always a pleasure to watch. Christopher Walken does this thing early in the movie where he turns around. He said he drops his Tommy gun. He goes, "You wouldn't shoot a man." He's like, "You must be the kind of guy to shoot a man in the back." And then he turns around and just pulls a handgun out of his pants and just blows this motherfucker away. And it's played again at the end with Bruce Willis, and it doesn't quite work out for him. But the movie's a lot of fun in that direction. The story's not this. To be honest, the story's I like A Fistful of Dollars, but even I'll be the first one to admit that story-wise, Fistful of Dollars is it's basically a guy playing both sides of the field. Well, that sounds bad. He's playing both gangs against each other, basically jumping back and forth, trying to get the most money out of the deal. Now, there is some more to this. There's this Catholic Mexican girl in the movie who Dole has, and he's basically made her his... what's a good word for it? I don't want to say slave girl, perhaps, but he's very infatuated with this woman, and it's not returned. This woman wants nothing to do with him, to be in all honesty. In fact, she's married to a... I hope I'm not getting two plots mixed up, because I know Fistful of Dollars very well too, and this is the same plot point in Fistful of Dollars. But she's married to a guy in Mexico, I believe, and I know in Fistful of Dollars she has a child. I think it's mentioned that she has a child in this. I can't recall, but basically he breaks into a room, he kills everybody. Well, okay. He tells Doyle that there's some people coming into town, and that are hired guns coming into town to go work for Strozzi. And he says that he thinks they're going to go after his the Mexican woman. And Dole tells him to go and check in on him, on the girl. So he drives out there, and he enters in the room. It's a 2-floor house, and he goes, the girl's upstairs, and they just all of a sudden start pulling their weapons out, and he pulls his weapons out and kills everyone before they get a shot off. Very good with his guns. Very good with guns. Unfortunately, not a good fighter. He gets the shit beat out of him. About less than 5 minutes later, he gets the shit beat out of him by a lot of Dole's group. But there's a lot going on in this movie. You got Bruce Dern, who plays the old sheriff in the town, and he's not interested in really upholding the law, per se. He's not really fond of what's going on in town, but he also knows what will happen if he tries to stick his neck out, is that he's going to get killed. In all honesty, I kind of agree with him, because he probably would. But you know, I mean, there's some good people in this town. It's not just the two gangs. There are a few good people left in this town. Joe Monday, who is a bartender and also the closest thing we see to a friend that John Smith has. He's a pretty good guy. The Undertaker is making a lot of money. There's a mechanic in town that's pretty nice, and he has a few one-liners with Bruce every now and then. One of my favorite one-liners in this movie was something Bruce Willis says. He goes, I can't say it went all exactly as planned, but I was right about one thing. They were all better off dead. And in that retrospect, I can't really disagree with him. Neither of these two groups are better than the other one, and it's proven in the movie very early. Early in the movie, you might want to side with Strozzi, the gang Strozzi, but to be honest with you, neither group is better than the other. And it's proven time and time again in the movie that neither group is really any better than another. And you know, Bruce Willis is not a hero in this movie. Not really. He's the one you're rooting for, and he's the one you're following. But he really isn't a hero in this movie at all. When you cut down to it, he's pretty dastardly about what he does. But you know, this is who we follow in the movie, and it's an action film. The story it's good. I think it's pretty well shot. It holds a rating, I think, of I want to say it was like 6.4 when I looked it up last time. That was a long time ago. I think it was a 6.4. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes holds it at, but you know, it's well shot. It's done well. The dialogue feels like it comes from that time. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It really is. It's a fun movie. So, you know, if I'm going to rate it, and I am, because that's what I do, Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. I'm going to rate it at a, like I said, it's a fun movie. There's not too deep in the story. I mean, the original Fistful of Dollars wasn't exactly a powerhouse in story either, though. It was more about the action. And if you want my personal opinion, of those three movies, I think A Few Dollars More is a lot better. But that's just my own personal thing. So, the rating I'm going to give for the movie of Last Man Standing is going to be a solid. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's a good movie, worth your time watching. If you're in the mood for some action film that, you know, doesn't really matter to you, this is definitely a film to watch. It's good. You'll get what you need out of it. Yeah, so really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the review I gave. Rate, comment, subscribe if you want. If you don't, whatever. And I'm going to see about getting some more material up. So I'm probably going to be uploading videos left and right. So anyway, y'all take it easy. And this is the Renegade, and I'm signing out. Bye.